Good day everyone and welcome back. Today we are instructed, we are informed and lectured on how there are no women in gaming.
Welcome to the channel of Skeptic Llama. Had excommunicated him for being skeptic, along with his abortion of a dress sense. Now he roams the wilds of the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you none other than
Skeptic Llama, Skeptic Llama.
Skeptic Llama. Hey humans, so I've got a problem.
Yes, you do. And by the way, Dennis, if I can call you Dennis, it's your last name and you don't look like a girl, so I'll call you Dennis. So Dennis, this is a perfect place to tell the story about how you blocked me. So you were asking people how they would argue against you if you said you were a flat earther. I linked you to a 24/7 live stream from space, and that triggered you enough to block me. So now, as a gesture to you, I will have a 24/7 live stream from space. This is space. Enjoy it.
I'm a really huge nerd, but I'm also a really huge feminist.
I have a big fear that this might become the new Anita Sarkesian.
Now I know that doesn't sound like a problem. I mean, after all, they're completely unrelated things.
Exactly. That's the whole video. You don't need to bring this any further.
One's about enjoying certain video games and movies and TV shows, and the other one is about creating equality and acceptance for all kinds of people.
That's what you think, yeah.
But unfortunately, there's been this string of anti-feminist thought going on in nerd culture, and I've tried to avoid it for a long time, but now I think it's just time I confront it head on. So look, if you're a nerd, I'm not calling you an asshole or a misogynist or anything like that, okay?
Not actively, at least.
I'm not here to attack you and tear you down. But if you're already discrediting my opinion because I said I'm a feminist,
Oh, no. I discredit your opinion because I know who you are.
then we need to have this talk. Because I love nerd culture. I love that there are passionate people that can unite together around a shared love for certain things.
Like space. You know, the stream up there that you blocked me for, you dumbass.
I love smashing. I mean, playing Super Smash Brothers for hours with my friends.
Well, that's a topical joke that only Smash people will get.
I used to play Halo and Call of Duty all the time. I still geek out over Harry Potter on a daily basis. And there have definitely been times where I just watched anime all night for hours and hours on end. And nerd culture is a huge, complex thing that can never be boiled down to one person or one train of thought.
And this is where the video changes from actually being a nerd to boiling nerd down to one thing again. Exactly what he said he couldn't do.
But it does tend to be mostly straight cisgender men.
Oh really, there are more men than women? Yes. Do you know what? It's almost equal. Now let's have a tiny look here. This is just me looking up right now, live as I am recording. So, the ratio for male to female gamer, or female to male I mean, in Australia is 47 to 53. It would seem like it's almost equal amounts. In Europe, it's 45 to 55. Strange. In USA, it's 47 to 53%. It's almost as if we're actually equal on who plays video games already. And in Norway, my country, we're 46 to 54. But guess what? Women play different video games. That's just the way it is. Women aren't into Halo, or most women aren't into Halo. Most women don't play League of Legends. There was a thing. I saw some statistics from League of Legends, the Riot Games themselves, where they said that less than 10% of their user base is female. They just like different games than us. I think you should understand this. They are still there. They're just playing different games. My mom fucking plays Candy Crush.
Even if it's by accident, nerd culture does manage to exclude women and LGBTQ plus people in a bunch of different ways.
No.
And that sucks, because nerd culture is supposed to be the culture of the neglected. It's supposed to be the culture of the people who were never popular in high school, or who didn't have a lot of friends, or who were bullied for one reason or another.
Or, here's a strange idea. It's the culture for people who like to game.
Yes! Oh my god!
I mean, I know, it's mind-blowing.
As a culture basically founded on being outcasts, I think it's absolutely necessary that we are as open and accepting as possible.
You want video games to be inclusive, you say. So you want to have a hug whenever you join a game, just because you're queer or female or something. You want to be coddled because you're different. No, fuck you. I play a game for my own enjoyment. You can join the game. I don't care if you join the game. I will treat you the way I treat everyone else who plays that game. I don't care what the fuck you identify as. Just don't fucking show it up in my face. Unless it's boobs. I like boobs.
Otherwise, nerd culture becomes just as mean and elitist as the people who bullied us in high school. If you consider yourself a nerd, all I'm asking is that you hear me out and listen with an open mind and try to imagine what it would be like if you were a woman or a part of the LGBTQ+ community. So here it is, 5 ways you can help nerd culture become more inclusive.
Or in other words, 5 things you don't have to care about.
Number 1, don't act like it's a miracle if a woman or a girl likes video games or other nerdy things.
In some games, like League of Legends, seeing a woman is quite fucking rare.
I know that my skit in the beginning of the video was a little exaggerated, but just a little bit. I've actually seen people act that surprised when they find out that a woman likes video games or Star Wars or anything like that.
And they are entitled to their own fucking opinion, dude.
Even when it's intended as a compliment, it's really insulting to women. Because nerd women have been around for as long as nerd men have been around. They've just been ignored and shoved to the sidelines because of some very systematic misogyny.
Isn't it funny how everything is always misogynistic? You know why things happened the way they did? We had a video game crash. I know, big thing, right? How could you have missed it? Well, you're gonna talk about this later on with the marketing. What we had a video game crash, and Nintendo had to make a choice. They went with boys, yeah? They went with advertising it as a gaming tool for boys. And what happened after that is that they marketed straight and only to boys. You will go into this later on. Don't worry about it. I know you've seen some of this, but you don't get all of it. And if they had not gone with boys, if they had instead flipped the coin the other way and gone with girls, well, who do you think they would have advertised it for? That's right. Only girls. Look at your misogyny now. Where is it?
The gaming industry and other parts of nerd culture have by and large been run by and for men. And when you act surprised that a woman likes something nerdy, you're insinuating, whether intentional or not, that it's unusual or weird for her to like that. The only thing weird about this whole situation is that nerd men have been pretending that nerd women haven't existed for such a long time.
Because guess what? Due to this targeted marketing that I told you about, we haven't had nerd girls for a while. It was targeted specifically at boys, which means the girls didn't have the interest in it. You have the pieces to put them together. It's not that hard. It's like a 2-piece puzzle. It's one piece and then another piece, and then you just fucking put them together. Come on, dude. You can do this.
Number 2, don't force people to prove that they like something. So you meet a woman and she says that she likes Star Wars, and you manage to play it cool and you don't act surprised, but you don't really believe her. So you ask her questions like these. Who's Chewbacca's grandfather? Which hand does Luke Skywalker have cut off? What color is Yoda's lightsaber? But all of these questions are really just part of a test to find out if she's really nerdy or not. But men aren't subjected to tests like this.
Oh, oh, really? I was subjected to a test about Lord of the Rings lore. I aced the fuck out of that test. tests are just for fun. We nerds also like trivia. You can't just say that we shouldn't fucking know these things. And if I find someone who enjoys something I like, I will ask them questions about it because it's fun.
If you're a guy and you say that you like Star Wars, people just believe you. And it should be the same for women. If someone says that they like something, just let them like it. They don't have to be an expert with every single detail memorized. Number 3, advocate for more diverse characters in video games, TVs, movies, and books.
Or how about this? Just wild thing here. How about we advocate for good, well-written characters instead, regardless of gender, regardless of what their fucking sexual preference is. I want good characters and well-written stories. I don't fucking care who they are or what they look like, as long as their story is written good and their character is good.
Even though I love all different kinds of media, there's a problem with most of it. It's a lot of straight, white, cisgender men.
Hey Undoomed, do you want to help with this one?
Hey moron! Fucking moron!
For fuck's sake, we've been over this. Can you please get this through your fucking thick skull?
Number 4, be wary of the language that you use. Have you ever been on Xbox Live?
No, but I have played League of Legends, so I know what you're talking about.
It's like the comment section of the gaming community, just horrible slurs and terrible things that you never want to hear all in one place. I had to quit that thing back in high school. But certain words and slurs genuinely hurt people and make them not want to be a part of the community.
We do not word police. People are free to say what they want as long as it's within the community guidelines. Anything within the community guidelines is fine. Okay? We don't word police.
For example, if you use rape as a synonym for destroying something, you can cause PTSD flashbacks for rape survivors.
We do not word police. Fuck you.
If we want nerd culture to be one of acceptance, we have to be willing to change some of the words that we use to make people feel more welcome. I think a lot of people have this mentality that you can choose what words offend you and that people who are hurt by words are just being too sensitive. But that's a really damaging way of looking at it. Words have a lot of power because they have historical and cultural significance.
Words only have the power that you give them. If you don't give words power, they are nothing.
But also a lot of times people associate certain words with traumatic events in their lives. Brushing off this whole argument by saying that people are too sensitive really makes nerd culture a place where only people who haven't been traumatized by particular slurs are allowed to be.
Oh, and people who aren't giant pussies.
Number 5, don't threaten people that criticize you or nerd culture.
Actually, this last one I kinda agree with. Instead of threatening them, show them why you love stuff. If you play a game and someone doesn't like you playing a game, show them why you like the game. Show them, and maybe then they will understand and they will also like the game. Or maybe they don't. But at least you tried, yeah? Anyways guys, that's pretty much it for this video. So I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Stay classy.